My name is Roxy and I want to welcome to my channel. Today I will show you how to make this very beautiful sweater with matching hat. In the video I will show you how to make the sweater and also how to make the hat, okay? Even if I make this sweater for a little girl, you can do it for your size, because I will show you how to take the measure. It's very simple and easy, okay? So don't matter what size you have. If you like it, you can do it, okay? The yarn that I use is YarnArt Nordic and I use almost 3 skeins. Here is the grams and here is the meters. But this sweater is for a little girl, okay? And the crochet is 3 millimeter. Even the producer at this yarn recommend the crochet number 4. I try with the crochet number 4 and also with 3.5 millimeter, but I don't like it. So I work with 3. It's your choice what crochet number you want to use, okay? You also need a scissors and a yarn needle. The stitch that I use for this sweater is half double crochet, except the edge here into the front at the hat and also here at the bottom. The stitch that I use for the edge is single crochet and double crochet. So the stitch is very simple. The sweater is very simple and easy to make. If you are a beginner, you can try, because it's not hard, and I will explain how to take the measure, and for every step I explain how to make it, okay? So if you like my work, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and let's begin. Before I show you how to make this sweater, you need to know how to take the measure. Don't matter what size you have, because this time I make this sweater for a 9-year-old girl. So doesn't matter what size you have. You can have S, XS, M, L, XL, etc. Doesn't matter what size you have. You need to measure all around where the hips are bigger. See? All around your body. In my case, this little girl has 72 centimeter. After you measure the result, divide by 2. In my case, I make 72 divided by 2 is 36 centimeter. This 36 centimeter will be for the back side. The back side is very simple, and this is the front side and the sleeve. But first we make the back side. Remember the number of stitches that you make for the back side, because when you begin the front side you need to chain the same number of stitches. For example, in my case, I chain 75 plus 1. This plus 1 chain don't count because we skip 1 stitch when we begin, okay? And also when you chain, try to change the number of stitch who can't be divided by 2, because when we make the front side, I will show you how to make it, but when we make here the V-neck, we need to put a stitch marker exactly in the middle, and this one chain in plus help us to have the same number of stitch to the left and into the right. Okay, so chain the number of stitch who can't be divided by 2. So in my case I make 75 plus 1. In total I chain 76, but after I finish the first row I will have 75 stitch, sorry. And look how beautiful it is. The yarn is perfect for a little girl. Okay, the sweater is very simple and is made with half double crochet. We skip one, yarn over and into the next, insert the crochet and make half double crochet. Into the next stitch, make half double crochet. Into the next stitch, half double crochet. So you make half double crochet in every chain, okay, until you finish, until you make the last half double crochet into the last chain, and then I will show you how to continue. I finish the first row with half double crochet, and now you chain 1. Always chain 1 when you make half double crochet, don't chain 2, okay? So chain 1, turn your work, and the first stitch is make here, okay? So always the first half double crochet is make into the first stitch. Okay, and now you continue to make half double crochet in every stitch. It's very easy and very simple, and I think with this type of yarn will look very nice. Okay, so half double crochet in every stitch, okay, until you almost finish the row. I will work until here, and then I will show you how to finish the row and how to begin the next row. I almost finished the row, and I show you how to finish. Okay, this is not the last stitch. The last stitch is make here, okay, and after you make some rows you will see the beginning and the end will be perfect. Okay, chain 1, turn your work, and you continue. Make into the first stitch the first half double crochet, and the last stitch is always make here, okay? See? Here is the last half double crochet that you need to make. And now you continue to work until you obtain the length that you need. In my case, for this little girl, I need to have 53 centimeters long because I want this sweater to be a little long until here. Why I need to be a little long? Because when we finish the back side, the front side, and also the sleeves, when we join the front side at the back side, we don't join at the bottom to top. We keep some space, but you will see. So crochet so many rows you need until you obtain your length. But my advice, because this sweater must be a little long, okay? After you finish the back side, you can begin the front side. Chain the same number of stitch that you chain for the back side, and measure at the shoulders until you reach underarm. In my case is 18 centimeters, okay? And make like that. The number of centimeter or inch that you have at the length at your sweater minus the number of centimeter or inch that you have at the shoulders until you reach underarm, and you work until you have and make the length of your sweater minus the number of centimeter or inch that you have at the shoulders until underarm, and you work until you obtain the result, okay? So for the front side, I work not until I have 53 centimeters. I work until I have for the front side 36, okay? I will finish the back side. I begin the front side as I tell you, and I work until here, and then after I finish I will show you how to continue. As you can see, look how beautiful it is. I finish the back side, and also I make the front side until I reach underarm, okay? And now count the number of stitch that you have. So number of stitch minus 1. The result is a number that can be divided by 2, okay? So doesn't matter how many stitch you have here. For example, in my case, I have 75 stitch and I make minus 1. The result is 74. The 74 stitch I divide by 2, and the result is 37 stitch. And now you count at the beginning the number of stitch that you obtain after you divide by 2, okay? In my case I count 37. Into the next stitch I put a stitch marker. This stitch is the stitch that you have in plus, okay? And also I count because I need to have the same number of stitches into the left and into the right, okay? And now we begin to decrease to form the V space, and you work normally until you have at the end of the row 3 stitches, 1, 2 and 3, okay? And when you have 3 stitches, I will show you how to decrease, okay? I crochet until I have 1, 2, 3 stitches, and now we make the decrease. When we make this side, the decrease is always at the end of the row. When we make this side, the decrease will be at the beginning, but I will show you, okay? But this time the decrease is at the end of the row. And now insert the crochet into the next stitch and make 1 unfinished half double crochet, then yarn over and into the next stitch make again 1 unfinished half double crochet and join them into 1 stitch, and into the last stitch make a normal half double crochet. Turn your work, chain 1 and turn your work, and now you work normally half double crochet in every stitch until you finish the row. Look, see? Finish this row and then chain 1, turn your work and make the row again until you have at the end also 3 stitches, and then I will show you one more time how to decrease. So I finish the row when I work normally, and also I work until I have at the end of the row 3 stitches, 1, 2 and 3, and now we decrease again. Make 1 unfinished half double crochet, then yarn over and into the next stitch make again 1 unfinished half double crochet and join them into 1, and then into the next stitch make half double crochet. One moment please. Okay, chain 1 and you continue. This row is work normally as I show you. One moment to make some stitch. Okay, and look how it is. See? So you continue to decrease so many times you need. At this moment I don't know how many times I need to decrease, but for example, if you decrease exactly as you need, and you don't have the same number of rows, you continue to work normally until you have the same number of rows that you make at the back side, okay? Because you need to have the same number of stitches, okay? But after you finish and you reach at the end, don't make the last row, okay? Because when we make the last row at the front side, at this part, we make the last row, but at the same time we join with the back side, okay? So don't make the last row, because when we make the last row, we join the front side and the back side, okay? So continue to work as I show you, and then I will show you how to join the front side and the back side. And after I finish, I will show you again how to decrease. But the decrease is the same, with the mention that you decrease at the beginning of the row, not at the end. That is the difference, okay? But I finish this part, I join at the back side, and then I will show you one more time how to decrease, okay? I almost finished one side, and look here, I put a stitch marker because until here I decrease, okay? And now it's time to join the front side and the back side. But first, you take the back side and you need to put with the outside with the inside up. For example, in my case, look, this is the first row and this part will be the outside, and look how it is the inside. So I turn and it's perfect like that. And you take the front side and you put with the outside up, okay? And one moment. After you chain one, you make the first half double crochet, because we need to make one row, okay, at the end. So make one half double crochet, then make a large loops and insert the crochet into the first stitch at the back side. Pull the loops and join. Then make again one half double crochet into the next stitch. Make a large loops, then insert the crochet into the next half double crochet at the back side, then take the loops and join. Half double crochet, large loops, insert the crochet into the next half double crochet at the back side, and join. I make some because I want to show you how beautiful it is. One moment. And it is very simple. Okay. And look. See, it's very nice and very simple to join. Continue until you finish, and then I will show you again how to decrease, because this time we decrease at the beginning of the row. Okay? I finished to join. Look how beautiful it is. And now it's time to make the second part at the front. Okay? And make a slip knot. If you use the same yarn that I use, try to continue with exactly the same. I hope I can't. I don't know, but I will see. And here is the stitch marker. You insert the crochet into the first single half double crochet after stitch marker. Okay? Chain one, and in the same stitch make one half double crochet. And now we decrease here into the next two stitch. So always when you begin the row, here you make first one half double crochet and make one unfinished half double crochet, then yarn over and into the next stitch make again one unfinished half double crochet and join them into one. And now you continue to work normally half double crochet in every stitch until you finish the row. When you finish the row, chain one, turn your work, and this row will be work normally. Okay? Now I take the stitch marker because I don't need it. So finish this row, the next row will be work normally, and then I will show you one more time how to decrease. Now it's time to decrease again. Make the first half double crochet and then make the decrease. One unfinished half double crochet and then into the next stitch one unfinished half double crochet and join them into one. And now you continue to work as I show you until you almost finish the row. When you almost finish the row, at the last row, when you make, join also at the back side. But when you begin to join, you will begin to here until the end, and you need to count the number of stitches that you have here. Okay, count the number of stitches and you put a stitch marker and you will know where you need to begin to join. Okay? And after I finish this part, we make all around here into the front a little edge. Okay, I finished this part. Look how beautiful it is. And now it's time to make a little edge here all around, and we begin at the back side from here. Okay, and make a slip knot, and insert the crochet wherever you want. One moment please. So insert the crochet and we make one chain, and in the same stitch we make one single crochet. Then we skip 2, 1, 2, into the third we make 5 double crochet into the same stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we skip 2 again. 1, 2, 1, 2, into the third we make one single crochet. Then we skip 2 again. 1, 2, into the third we insert the crochet and make 5 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. See? And now when we reach here into the front, we don't have the stitch, we have rows. Okay, and at one row we make one stitch. At the next row we make 2 stitch, and also is valid when we count 1 stitch, 2 stitch, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so now I need to skip 2, 1, 2. Here is the first row and will be 1 stitch. The next row is 2 stitch, and it's perfect because we need to skip 2. So skip 1 row, into the next row make 5 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. See? And now we need to skip 2. Here we have 1 stitch, here we have 2, and we make 1 stitch, skip 1 row, we make 1 stitch. Then we need to skip again 2. At the next we skip 1 row, into the next row we make 5 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and look how it is. continue to work all around, and then you join with slip stitch into the first single crochet, make a knot, cut and hide the yarn. After I finish this part, I will show you how to make the sleeve. I finished one sleeve, look, and as you can see, I put some stitch marker. This stitch marker help us when we count the rows, because, for example, at this row I increase at the beginning and at the end of the row. Then I work 2 rows, work normally without increase, and at the next row I increase again. Then I make 3 rows, work normally, and at the next row I increase again, and then I make 2 rows, work normally, and then I increase again. It's more easy to follow the rows, okay? So my advice is to put a stitch marker every time you make the increase at the row where you increase. But first you measure all around your hand here and chain so many stitch you need, but the number that you chain must be a number who can't be divided by 2, okay? Because when we finish it, we put also a stitch marker here exactly in the middle, okay? So chain the number of stitch that you need, but the number must be a number who can't be divided by 2. And then for a child, make 6 rows. I make 6 rows, work normally. Look, to here until here. For a child. For an adult, you can make 8 rows, work normally. After I make 6 rows, I will show you how to increase at the beginning and at the end of the row. I make 6 rows, and now it's time to increase. I make only 6 rows because this sweater is for a little girl, okay? But if you make for an adult, you make 8. And chain 1, turn your work. Make the first half double crochet, because we don't increase into the first, we increase into the second chain. So make the first half double crochet, and then into the next we make 2 half double crochet into the same stitch. 1, 2. Okay? And now you continue to make half double crochet in every stitch. Make some half double crochet. One moment until I make some. Okay. And now you take the stitch marker and insert the crochet here into the first stitch and put the stitch marker. And now you continue to work until you have 2 stitches at the end, 1 and 2, okay? Because we also increase here into the last but 1 stitch, okay? I work until I have 2 stitches at the end of the row, and here in this stitch we make the second increase, and we also make 2 half double crochet into the same stitch, 1 and 2, and make the last half double crochet, chain 1, and the next 2 rows is work normally, half double crochet in every stitch, okay? So look, I make the first increase here, okay, and then you make 2 rows work normally, and into the next row you increase again, you increase at the beginning into the second and at the end into the last but 1 stitch. When you make the second increase, don't forget to put the stitch marker. After you make the second increase, you make 3 rows work normally. Look, here is the increase, and I make 1, 2, 3 rows work normally, and then you make the increase again. The next 2 rows is work normally, 1, 2, into the next you make the increase. So one more time, increase at the beginning and the end, then make 2 rows, then increase again at the beginning and the end and make 3 rows, 1, 2 and 3, and you repeat until you obtain the length that you have need. And after you make also the second sleeve, I will show you how to join the sleeve at the sweater, okay? I join 1 sleeve at the sweater, and also I close here, and I keep a space here at the bottom. If you don't like, you can join until the end, okay? But first I try different method to join the sleeve at the sweater, and I don't like it how it looks, and I decide to sew the sleeve at the sweater, and also I sew here. But first you take the sweater and put a stitch marker exactly where you join the front side at the back side, and then take the sleeve and count the number of stitches that you have. You need to have a number who can't be divided by 2, and count the number, make -1, and the result divide by 2, exactly as I show you when we make the front side. Count the stitch who is the result after you divide by 2, into the next stitch, put a stitch marker, and you will have the same number of stitches into the left and into the right. And you put the slave like that. The stitch marker, who is here in the middle at the slave, must be at the stitch marker where you put other sweater. And then you put a stitch marker exactly where the slave begin at the stitch marker, and one stitch marker where the slave finish, and also put the stitch marker at the sweater. And we begin to here until here first. And you can put the slave over the sweater like that and sew, or you can put the sweater, the slave under the sweater. I put like that the slave under the sweater because I like it more, but it's your choice how you want to put the slave, over or under, okay? And you take the yarn needle and insert first here where you put the stitch marker. Then you take the stitch marker, okay? And then insert the yarn needle into the first stitch. And make 2 knots, 1 and 2. And look, I put the slave under the sweater. Okay. And you insert the yarn needle. One moment. And you can use any type of sew you want, okay? See? Continuing until you reach at the last stitch marker, and then I will show you how to sew the slave because I use a different type of sew, okay? Now it's time to close the slave and also to close the sweater, and we begin at the bottom and the sweater, okay? And you insert the yarn needle into the first stitch here, and also into the first stitch here, and make 2 knots. 1, 2. After you finish, you hide the yarn, okay? And now it's very important because look here, it is the rows and must be perfect like that, okay? And first insert the yarn needle at the top to down at the first row. Then also at the first row at this side you insert the yarn needle to the bottom to top, bottom, top, and pull the yarn. Now at the next row. And also at the next row. See? Now at the next row. At the next row. One more time. See? Look. It's perfect and it looks really nice. Continue to sew until you reach here under arm, and then continue to close the sweater. And if you want to have a space here, you can stop. In my case, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 60 rows, but you can keep more or less, depend of your size, okay? But if you don't like, you can sew until you finish. I will sew until I finish, and then the last part of this sweater is the little edge here at the bottom. The little edge is the same with the edge that we make here into the front, okay? Now it's time to make the bottom edge. You count 6 stitches to here until here. Insert the crochet and chain 1, and in the same stitch make 1 single crochet. Skip 2, 1, 2, into the third we make 5 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Here into the corner we make 3 single crochet into the same stitch. 1, 2 and 3. Okay, skip 1 row, into the next row make 5 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Skip 1 row, into the next make 1 single crochet. Skip 1 row again, into the next row make 5 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, you continue to work until you almost reach here, until here, and then I will show you how to continue. I almost reach here where I finished to join the front side and the back side, and I skip 1 row and make single crochet into the next row. Here where you join make 1 single crochet, and then into the next row at this part here make 1 single crochet, and now you skip this row and make again 5 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Skip 1 row, into the next make 1 single crochet. Okay, and look how it is. One moment. Okay, continue to work all around until you finish. When you finish, join with slip stitch here into the first single crochet, cut and hide the yarn. After you finish this edge, your sweater is ready. I finish this edge and then I will show you how to make the hat. The hat is very easy to make, you will see. Okay, now it's time to make the hat. The hat is very simple. You measure the circumference of your head. The circumference is measured all around your head, above the ears and eyebrows. Okay, in my case is 52 centimeter, but you don't change the number of stitch who is your circumference, because if you make like that your head become very big. Okay, so in my case that circumference is 52 and I chain until I have 48 centimeter. So the circumference minus 4 centimeter. And look. Okay. 48 centimeter. So one more time. The circumference minus 4 centimeter. And it's perfect. And now you measure how many centimeter or inch you need to be your head for the long, okay? And in my case I need 21 centimeter, but I crochet until I have 18 centimeter. Okay, because at the last row we need to decrease a little. Okay, so one more time, measure your circumference and then make minus 4. Change the number of stitches that you need and then make so many rows as you need, but minus 3 centimeter. Okay, in my case is 21 the length, but I crochet until I have 18. Okay, and now after you work normally the number of rows that you need, we need to decrease. And the decrease is very simple. Okay. Chain 1, turn your work and make 6 half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then make 1 decrease. Into the next stitch make 1 unfinished half double crochet and then into the next stitch 1 unfinished half double crochet. Join them into 1. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And now make 1 decrease. 1 unfinished half double crochet, 2 unfinished half double crochet, join them into 1. Okay, continuing until you finish the row. Don't matter if you don't have at the end of the row 6 stitches. Okay, we need only to make some decrease. Finish this row and then the next row you make normally half double crochet in every stitch. After you finish these rows, 2 rows, 1 row with decrease and 1 row work normally, I will show you how to continue. I finish these 2 rows and now we need to decrease again. Chain 1 and this time we make 5 half double crochet and then 1 decrease. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 1 decrease. 1, 2. One more time. 1, 3, 4 and 5. 1 decrease, 1 unfinished half double crochet, 2 unfinished half double crochet, join them into 1. And now you continue to work until you finish the row. If you still need to make 1 row in plus, you can do it, but keep in mind that after we finish this part and also after we sew the head here, we make the edge that I show you at the sweater, okay? But finish this row with decrease, make 1 row if you still need, and keep a long yarn, because after we finish with this long yarn, we pull tight here at the top, like that, okay? So after you finish the row that you need, make a slip knot and keep a long yarn to pull tight here at the top, okay? I finished the last row as I show you, and also I sew here. I sew exactly as I show you when I close the sleeve, okay? And now we make here at the bottom, we make the edge. Make a slip knot. It's the same edge that you make at the bottom at the sweater, okay? And insert the crochet into the first stitch, chain 1, and in the same stitch make 1 single crochet. Then skip 2, 1, 2, into the third we make 5 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Skip 2, 1, 2, into the third we make 1 single crochet. Skip 2 again, 1, 2, into the third make 5 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Skip 2 again, 1, 2, and continue until you finish the row. When you finish, join with slip stitch here into the first single crochet, and then I will show you how to pull tight here, okay? I finished the edge, and look, and now we need to put the yarn in 2 strings, okay? And insert the crochet into the first stitch and pull the yarn. One moment, please. Now you insert the crochet from the back and skip one stitch. And now you skip again one stitch and insert the crochet into the front and pull the yarn. Then skip one and insert the crochet from the back and pull the yarn. One more time. Skip one to the next, insert the crochet into the front and pull the yarn, and continue to make until you reach at the end, and then I show you how to continue. I finish this part, and now with this yarn begin to pull until you close the hat, okay? So pull tight until your hat look like that, okay? And make one moment, make 2 knots. 1 and 2, and with this yarn take a yarn needle and sew here at the top, okay? And then cut and hide the yarn. After you finish, put a pom-pom. Look how beautiful it is, my pom-pom, and it's matched perfect with the yarn. See? Now, if you like my work, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching and bye bye.